What were we doing? Which topic? Problems. Okay. Problem is a problem or problem is not a problem? Problem is a problem. Ah, that will cover. But you tell me problem is a problem? No. Problem is okay. For you? Problem is a big problem or small problem? It's okay. For you? No. For you, problem is a problem. Yes. Yes or no? Tell the truth. Hmm? Huh? No. Self a problem. Yes. See, I know. See, most of the people, when we are studying PU, what we leave? Last 3-5 mark question, we leave. Devariganta. Yes or no? Mostly ಆಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ. Last ಅಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು 1 mark okay, 2 mark, 3 mark, 5 mark derivation is okay, 5 mark problem ದೇವರಿಗೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ we'll write what is given and some equation whatever we know we'll write and we'll come. Somehow 1 or 2 mark they'll give. Yes or no? That is the fact. You have to accept that. Most of the students, others, they'll try to work out somehow they'll get the answer. Why that happens, we are not understanding what is given. We are not thinking. We may be knowing some equation and we think that this equation fits here. We have to use this equation only. We think like that. And we'll apply and we may not be able to. Sometimes for some of the problems, we may have to apply 2-3 different equations. We may have to link 2-3 different concepts. Only then we can do that. And one of my colleague, actually, he told me one thing, and I thought that is correct. He told that if you are saying that you understood this concept, or you can say that I understood a particular concept only when you are able to solve the problem related to that concept. You can say that I understood particular concept, for example, relative velocity, only when you are able to solve all the related problems of that concept. Or else you did not understand concept. Sure. Huh? List the formula. See, there are many formulas. Okay, so whenever we are explaining the concept, we are writing down the formula. You put it in a box, you write in a separate formula box, you make your own formula box. And after each chapter, leave 1 or 2 pages so that extra formula, whatever comes, you can write the. You make a formula book. Okay, starting with S is equal to speed is equal to displacement by distance by time. From there onwards, you need to start writing. Okay, so yesterday I told that a small concept is left. I want to take it after the concept of relative acceleration. You understood the concept relative acceleration, yes or no? Lift is moving up with an acceleration A. Now object inside as a relative acceleration, A is equal to G plus A downwards. There are 4 cases we have discussed. Correct? First case, what is the first case? Lift is going up with an acceleration A. Object is thrown up with a velocity U inside the lift. So U is relative to the lift. Okay. So what is the relative acceleration of that object? U is equal to G plus A minus downwards. In that case, we found out the time of flight. We found out the maximum height reached. Yes. Next case, the same lift is going up with the same acceleration A, but the object is dropped from a height h. In that case, we found the time to reach the bottom. Yes. Third case is directly opposite to that. Lift is coming down, object is thrown up. Fourth is lift is coming down, the object is dropped from top. 4 cases we did, right? Now I told there is a small portion left out, that is considering air resistance in vertical motion, in motion under gravity. Now, object is thrown up with a velocity u. What's the direction of acceleration? Acceleration is g downwards. Correct? So when an object is moving in this air, there will be air resistance. Due to air resistance, there will be acceleration or deceleration on the object. That is also downwards. So now when the object is moving in this direction, air resistance in the opposite direction. When the object is going up, air resistance is downward. Suppose A is the deceleration produced by that. So acceleration due to gravity is g downward. That is why minus g. Acceleration produced by the air resistance is A. That is downward. That is minus A. Okay. Now, what is equation for time of flight in normal case? I mean, time to reach maximum height. U by g. Time to reach maximum or time of ascent is u by g. In this case, time of ascent is u by g plus a. U by g plus a. Why? There is g downwards, air resistance is also downwards. So they both same direction. U by g plus a. What is maximum height reached? H max equation 2 square by 2 into g plus correct. Yes. Yes. Please note down. Please note down. Please note down. Completed. So this is the case where when the object is thrown up in presence of air resistance. Okay. Now imagine the object reached the maximum height. What is the maximum height? H is equal to thrown with u. What is maximum reached? U square by 2 into g plus a. U square by 2 into g plus a. Now the object starts falling down. What's the direction of acceleration? G downwards. Correct? Display h it has to travel is negative. Displacement it has to travel is from 0 to ground, from this point to ground. That is in the negative y-axis. Negative. Yes or no? Are you getting it? Yes or no? Sign convention. Is it? I mean, did you understand, or do you know sign convention? Yes or no? If it is origin, all the distance taken up, positive. All the velocity gone taking up, positive. If it is origin, velocity downwards, negative. Distance downwards, negative. Acceleration downwards, negative. Now this is our reference point. Distance is downward, negative. Acceleration is downward, negative. Correct? Initial velocity is 0. Now, when the object is coming down, in which direction air resistance acts? Upward. So acceleration, air resistance is, the acceleration produced by the air resistance is upward. Okay. Now we know that S is equal to ut plus half at square. Yes. Okay. What is A relative? G is more than air resistance. So air resistance is minus G minus A. Correct? Minus G minus of minus A, minus G or G minus A, minus of G minus A. I can directly write G minus A. Downwards. G minus A, negative. Air resistance is G minus A, negative. G is downwards, A is upward, or G minus A. Yes. Okay. So S is distance. S is equal to U is 0, half A is G minus A T square. Yes. S is equal to UT plus half AT square. S is equal to half into G minus A into T square. Yes. What is S? This is U square by 2G plus A. Yes or no? Illa, gottaytu. First, did you write the previous case explanation? Did you write? Write down. Write down. Did you write the equation for previous case? All these equations are written. Okay, write down. Okay. In the above case, I am writing or giving the explanation for this. Then I give the explanation for that. In the above case, a body is thrown vertically up. U is the initial velocity. U is the initial velocity. Time of ascent T is T suffix A. Time of ascent T suffix A is U by G plus A. U by G plus A. Okay. And maximum height reached is, what's the maximum height reached? U square by 2G plus U square by 2G plus A. Next line. Now consider the downward motion of the object from this point. Consider the downward motion of this point from this downward motion of the object from this point. The distance it has to travel is U square by 2G plus A. The distance it has to travel is U square by 2G plus A. The relative acceleration is G minus A. Relative acceleration is G minus A, where A is the opposition by air, where A is the opposition by air. By substituting the values in this equation, S is equal to UT plus half AT square. S is equal to half into G minus A into time of descent whole square. You mark time of descent T suffix T. Okay. S value is U square by 2G plus A. That is U square by 2G plus A is equal to half G minus A T square. G minus A into time of descent whole square. Now 2 gets cancelled. U square by G plus A into G minus A is equal to time of descent whole square, or U by root of G plus A into G minus A is equal to time of descent. U by root of time of ascent is U by G plus A. Time of descent is U by root of g plus a into g minus a. You tell me whether g plus a is more or root of g plus a into g minus a is more. G plus a is more or root of g plus a into g minus a is more. G plus a is
Plus A
more. G plus a is more. Okay. So what will happen? What will be the relation between time of ascent and time of descent? Whether time of ascent is more or time of descent is more. Here denominator is more compared to this case. That means numerator will be less. That means time of ascent is less than time of descent. Time of ascent is less than time of. So that's case. Time of ascent is less than time of descent. Okay. So keep that thing in your mind. There may not be many problems related to this, but they may ask you in some question which case time of ascent is more or time of descent is more, something like that. They may not ask you. I have not come across many problems related to this. Okay, only conceptual question they will ask you from this. Okay, fine. So I think all the concepts, related concepts for you means for NEET is covered. All the concepts, starting with distance, displacement, speed, velocity. In speed, average speed, instantaneous speed, velocity, average speed, average velocity, instantaneous velocity, then acceleration, average acceleration, instantaneous acceleration, then velocity time graph, displacement time graph. Okay, that is done. Acceleration time graph. Okay, fine. You want me to explain that? I'll explain when I discuss the questions later. Okay. Then after that, motion under gravity. Before that, equations of motion. V is equal to u plus at. V square is equal to u square plus 2as. S is equal to ut plus half at square. And different. I did not solve many problems because I kept it for last. We'll solve it and we'll explain those once again. Okay. Then motion under gravity. Motion under gravity when it is going up, and second case when it's coming down. Okay. Then motion in case of air resistance. Okay. Next, relative motion in one dimension. Relative motion in one dimension. In that, some special cases we have discussed: escalator problem and river problem. Okay. And then lift, when it is thrown from a lift moving up with some acceleration, what will happen? When an object is thrown up in a lift moving down with some acceleration, what will happen? What will be the time of flight? What will be the maximum height reached, etc. So what is left is we need to make these concepts thorough by solving problems. We should be able to use all these concepts when a problem is given. That is our main aim. Our main aim is not to by heart these things and write in some test. No, our aim is to use whatever we know to in a given problem. Okay. For that, some sample problems we have a worksheet, maybe of 10 questions or 12 questions. Okay. We'll solve it one by one. Now, remaining days, our main aim is to solve these problems, and by solving the problem, we'll come to know more about the concept. We'll study the concepts properly. Okay. So I have a worksheet. Go through it. I'll give you first 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Go through all the problem. One or two problem, little lengthy problem, easy problem, but lengthy. Others are very easy. Go through it. Try to do it. Okay. Later, I will solve it in class. Those who are online, so I'll be here. You please go through it. Okay. So online, Rakesh, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you, I mean, see this question? Or else I'll tell the question. You please write down, Rakesh. Rakesh.
Sir, you hold. I will take the screenshot.
Okay. Wait. Is it clear, Rakesh?
Yes, sir. Taken, sir. Next.
Okay. You please go through the first 4 problems. Then I'll, or else one more thing. You take the screenshot of this also. Done. Done, Rakesh.
So wait, sir. Clear, not.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So please go through it and solve it. Okay. I'll explain that. You please go through all the questions and try to solve it. Fine. Easy ಎಲ್ಲ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಲ್ಲ. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಈಸಿ ಇದೆ. ಥಿಂಕ್ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದು. ಥಿಂಕ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಥಿಂಕ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ರುಚಿ? ಡೂ ಇಟ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಹಾ 90 seconds, 60 seconds. Answer is 6 seconds. Chance. No chance. No chance. No chance. Mm. Mm. First question. Works up installed escalator. That means what? Velocity of the person. He is walking on a escalator. Okay. Just okay. Standing upon the moving escalator. The time moving escalator B. ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. Go for the next question. Third one is to 5,490 plus 60 is to 150. 15 540 is to 540 by
318.
Huh?
5 3 5 1 5 8.
15 in 540 how many times?
5 3 5 1 5 8.
5
5 3 the 15.
50. Okay, 15 into 18 you do it is to 15 into 10 times is to 150. 15 into 20 times is to 300. 15 into 30 times is to 450. Must be more than 30. Okay, 18 month again. Okay, first one. Shall I tell the answer for first one? First question. Two bodies are held separated by 9.8 meter vertically, one above another. They are released simultaneously to fall freely under gravity. After 2 seconds, the relative distance between them will be 9.8 meter itself. Answer for first one is 9.8 meter itself. Why? Object one is here, 9.8 meter down. Another object B is there, object A is there. In 2 seconds, you tell me what is the distance traveled by first object? Distance traveled by A will be half into G into 2 square, that is 2G. Yes or no? U is 0, initial velocity is 0. Distance is half AT square, half into G into T square, 2 square 4 by 2, 2G. So tell me what is the distance traveled by second object? Half into G into 2 square, that is 2G. Now, after 2 seconds, A will travel from here, it will reach here, and from here, B will reach from this point, somewhere here, will reach. Initial distance will be, and initial distance is 9.8 meter. The final distance will be 9.8 meters. Both will travel same distance. So, will there be any change in the initial distance? No. Okay. So answer first one is 9.8 meter. Second one. The second question. $100-meter long train crosses a man traveling at 5 kilometers per hour. So length of the train is 100 meter. Man is standing here. Okay, no, he is not standing. He is traveling at 5 kilometers per hour. His speed is 5 kilometers per hour. That is equal to 5 into meter per second is 2. How to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second? Okay, or 5 into 5 by 18. Multiply by 5 by 18. Convert kilometer per second into meter per second. How? Convert or multiply it by 5 by 18. Yes. So this much meter per second, that is 25 by 18 meter per second is his speed. Fine. Velocity of the man in this direction, velocity of train is in the other direction. 100 meter, total distance covered is 100 meter. Time taken is 7.2 seconds. Okay. So V relative is velocity of man plus velocity of train. Relative velocity is velocity of man plus velocity of train. Okay, and time distance it has to travel or distance it covers is 100 meter. Time taken is 7.2 seconds. You know that. Distance by time equal to velocity. Here relative distance by time is equal to relative velocity. Distance is 100. Time is 7.2. Is V relative. 100 by 7.2 is to 100 by 7.2. 100 by 7.2. 100 by 7 point. 100 by 7.2. Near to 14. Yes. Yes or no? Yes or no? Near to 14. 100 by 7.2, 13 point. I'll take it as 40, no problem. Okay, it's almost 40. It's almost 14. Yes, 100 by 7.2. I don't have any role in that 6th standard maths. Distance by time is equal to velocity. 100 by 7.2 is velocity, that is near to 14. Okay, you know that relative velocity is velocity of train plus velocity of man. This is 14. Velocity of train I don't know. Plus velocity of man is 25 by 18. You have to find velocity of train. How to find out? 14 minus 25 by 18. That is 14 into 18 minus 25 by 18. ಹೌದು ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ ಹೌದು you will get answer in meter per second, convert that in kilometer per hour. Okay, this answer is in meter per second, correct. Convert this into kilometer per hour. How to convert? 14 into 18 minus 25 by 18 into 18 by 5 kilometer per hour. Anyhow, 18 cancel. Two remaining. Then multiply ಮಾಡಿದೆ 18 by 5. Here 18 must be there, no? 18 cancel ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So this one by 5. Answer is 2. You please multiply 14 into 18 is 2. 14 into 18. 280 minus 36. 280 minus 36 is 2. 244. 244 minus 25. 244 minus 25 by 5. That is 225.
Sir, 18 into 4.
18 into 14 is to
252.
252. 252, fine. No problems. 14, 280 minus 36. It will be fine. Whatever answer is near to 45 kilometer per hour. Completed. In this, you tell me Whether the this part was tough, concept was not tough, even calculation is also not tough, but you are facing difficulty because you need to practice more problems. Hi student, and please don't use calculator. Still, how many of you are using calculator at home, working on? Are you using calculator to work out? Yes? No. You? No? Stop it. If you are using calculator, work agalla. Okay? Please stop using calculator. You should have stopped it at least 2 years back. After 10th, you should have avoided calculator, at least for physics. Chemistry, you may have a bigger problem like 1 in 0.000, etc. Physics, no. Stop using calculator. Okay. Third one. A person walks up a stalled escalator in 90 seconds. T1 is given. When just standing on the moving escalator, he is carried in 60 seconds. T2 is given. The time it would take him to walk up a moving escalator will be. The direct equation I gave yesterday, direct equation is T1 T2 by T1 plus T2, S2. 60 into 90 by 60 plus 90 by 60 plus 90. Huh? $5,400 divided by 150. Correct? 5,400 by 150 or 540 by 15, 36. Alva. Equation T is equal to T1 T2 by T1 plus T2. T1 is to 90 into 60 by 90 plus 60. 90 is say 540 by 15. Let's do 540, 15, 5, 15, 0, 54, 3 times 3, 15, 45. Okay, let's do
36.
9, 0, 6 times. 36 times. Okay, the answer is D, 36. Fourth question. A ball is dropped from the top of a building 100-meter high. At the same instant, another ball is thrown up with a velocity 40 meters per second from the bottom of the building. The two balls will meet after how many seconds? Easy. One is dropped from this. Height is 100 meters. Initial velocity is 0. It is dropped from here. And another is thrown up with a velocity 40 meters per second. Suppose they meet at this point. Okay. If distance traveled is h here, remaining distance is 100 minus h. Total is 100. If distance is h, 100 minus h. You are asked to find out the time t. Okay. It is in time. Suppose the time taken is t. What is the distance traveled by the first one? Distance traveled by the first one, h is equal to half g t square. Ut plus half at square, half gt square. U is 0. Yes. What is distance traveled by second one? 100 minus h is equal to ut minus half gt square. Ut is 40t minus half g t square. Instead of h, substitute half gt square. So 100 minus half gt square equal to 40t minus half gt square. Half gt square cancel. 100 equal to 40 t. T is equal to 100 by 40, 2.5 seconds. Yes. Yes. Still, if you want to verify, you verify it. How? First, substitute t is equal to 2.5 in the first equation. You find out what is the distance traveled by it. T is equal to 2.5 in second equation. Find the distance traveled by it. Compare. Okay. The answer is 2.5. Fifth one. A boy standing at the top of a tower drops a stone. The velocity with which it hits the ground is, height of the tower is 20 meters. It's not given. H is 20 meter. Boy standing at the top of a tower of height 20 meter drops a stone. The velocity with which it hits the ground. To find out. Direct equation is given. If an object falls freely under gravity through a distance h, the velocity attained is root of 2gh. Velocity attained is root of 2gh. Direct equation. Or use the equation. Listen. Everyone, please listen. U is 0, H is 20, G is 10, V, I don't know. V square is equal to U square plus 2GH. V square is equal to 2GH because U is 0. V is equal to root of 2GH of 2. G is 10, H is 20, that is 400 under root. Correct? I told no just now 20 meter. You should not listen. ಅದೇ ಅರ್ಧ ಕಿವಿಯೊಳಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ ಅರ್ಧ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. Okay, fine. Next, a ball thrown vertically up with a velocity of 9.8 meter per second returns in 2 seconds. The total displacement of the ball is. Sixth question. Total displacement of the ball is. Ruchi, answer. Spandana. You're Spandana, right? Answer. Dakshita. Answer. Okay. Total displacement is distance between initial point and final point. It reaches his hand. What is the total displacement? Ball is thrown up, returns in 2 seconds. What is the total displacement? Hello. Ball is
Zero,
thrown up, returns. Total displacement is 2. Initial point and final point same. Total
Same,
displacement
zero.
0. Answer is 0. Then why are you calculating? Calculate ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಿತ್ತೆ? Think ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Okay, next. Seventh one. A stone freely falls from rest and the total distance covered by it in the last second of the motion equals the distance covered by it in the first 3 seconds of the motion. ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ? What did they give you? The stone is dropped from certain height h. That is okay. Yes, they told you that the total distance covered by it in the last second of its motion. Distance covered by the last second S2, S is equal to Sn. Distance covered in the last second. What's the equation? S is equal to U plus half G into n minus 1 by 2. G into n minus 1 by 2. Yes or no? Sn equal to U plus G into n minus 1 by 2. It is dropped from a height h. U is 0. Yakshita, are you getting it? Yes or no? Okay. Ruchi. Direct equation. Equation is written. Yes or no? Yes or no? Check. Equation idiyalla? Distance traveled the n second. U plus G into n minus 1 by 2. So distance U is 0 because it is dropped. So they are giving the distance traveled in second, that is G into n minus 1 by 2. That is equal to total distance traveled in the first 3 seconds. So you tell me, what is the total distance traveled in the first 3 seconds? Yes, T is equal to 3, U is equal to 0, A is equal to G. Distance traveled is UT plus half G into T square. This S is equal to half G into 9. It is 4.5 G. Distance traveled in the first 3 seconds is 4.5 G, and that is equal to this. G cancel. N minus 1 by 2 is equal to 4.5. N is equal to 4.5 plus 1 by 2. That is equal to 9 plus 1 by 2. That is equal to N is 5. That means total time the total time it remains in air is 5 seconds. Completed? Yes. Tell me frankly, did you understand this problem? Pakka. What is given? They are telling that distance traveled in the nth second is equal to total distance traveled in first 3 seconds. Total distance traveled in first 3 seconds is T is equal to 3, U is 0 because dropped, acceleration is G. So S is equal to UT plus half AT square, UT is 0, half GT square. That we found out. It is 4.5 G. That is equal to distance traveled in the nth second. Distance traveled in the nth second equation is G into n minus 1 by 2. Compare. Yes? Understood. Understood. Next question. Next question. Eighth question. You time being keep it aside. It was little lengthy one. That's all. Easy but lengthy one. Better. Ninth one. A stone is thrown up. Okay. When the stone is at a height equal to half its maximum height, its velocity is 10 meters per second. The maximum height attained by stone is. Find out. This is a point. If h is the total distance, this much is h by 2, this much is h by 2, v is equal to 10 meters per second. It has to find the maximum height attained by the let's find out. Hmm. Answer. Sikta. Hmm? See, if we are able to find this, can I find the maximum height? Double this. Okay. Now consider that the object is thrown from this point with a velocity u is equal to 10 meter per second. Final velocity v is equal to 0. Okay. You need time taken. How to find out? Or you know that v square is equal to u square minus 2a yes, v square is 0. So u square is equal to 2a yes. U square by 2a is equal to yes. Correct? So s to u square is 100. 2a, 2 into acceleration is 10. 5. S is equal to 5. This much distance is 5 meters. So this much distance will be 10 meters. Yes, total is 10 meters. V square is 0. U square is 10 square. V square is equal to u square minus 2s or u square is 2as. S is u square by 2a. Here acceleration is g. U square is 10 square 100. 100 by 2 into 10 is 5. So distance traveled is 5 meter. So this distance is also 5 meter because they are telling that this is the maximum, I mean half the maximum height. Above what is the 5 meter. So below it will be 5. Total height is 10. Easy. 11th one. If a stone is thrown up with a velocity of 9.8 meter per second, how much time it will take to come back? What did they ask you? They gave you u 9.8 meter per second. G is 9.8 meter per second. They asked you time of flight. Time of flight is 2u by 2 into 9.8 by 9.8. 2 seconds. Time taken to come back is 2 seconds. Twelfth one, you do it. Similar to the problem we did. Seventh problem, seventh one and 12th one similar. Okay. Hmm? Which one? 7th one and I mean 7th one and 12th one similar. Compare that and do it. 7th one and 12th one similar. Okay, compare that and do it. Aita? X is the distance covered in the first second. What is the distance covered in the first second? Ut plus half gt square. U is 0. It is half g. T is 1 second. 1 square. G by 2. X is g by 2. That means what is the distance covered in the nth second? Distance covered in the nth second is u is 0. That is g into n minus 1 by 2. They are telling that distance covered by the in the nth second is equal to 7 times distance covered in the first second. Correct? G cancel. N minus 1 by 2 is equal to 7. N is equal to 7 by 2. 7 by 2. And n is equal to 7 by 2 plus 1 by 2. That is 4 seconds. Got it? So 10th one and 10th one you can try. Tomorrow will be sorry. Okay. Tomorrow similar questions. Okay. Maybe the problems based on equations of motion. Only equations of motion. I will not consider the gravity. Only horizontal motion. Okay. So only equations of motion, and you may be asked to find the velocity, final velocity, or you may be asked to find the stopping distance, etc.